last but not least, I want to thank me. I want to thank me for believing in me. I want to thank me for doing all this hard work. I want to thank me for having no...
Kamaru Usman just arrived in London ahead of his highly anticipated rematch with Leon Edwards at UFC 286 this Saturday, March 18th, and he has taken to Twitter to let the world know how confident he is that he will come up on top and regain his welterweight championship belt. He recently posted some picture of his training with Justin Gaethje and wrote, "As iron sharpens iron, one man sharpens another." In their last fight this past August, Kamaru Usman was cruising along the first 4.5 rounds before having his world turned upside down with a last-minute head kick knockout by the Jamaican Rocky Leon Edwards. We are truly in for a treat. MMA Community reactions to UFC Las Vegas 221. UFC Las Vegas 221 was not short of storylines. We saw the announcement of Rafael Assunção's retirement after surprisingly being choked out by Davy Grant, after the latter survived being in an awkward position in the fence. But what captivated the most was Merab Dvalishvili's impressive pace and overwhelming win over the former bantamweight champion and number 2 ranked Petr Yan. Merab dominated the entire fight despite being the underdog. He swept the judges' scorecards with a dominant performance while racking in a record 49 takedown attempts, while landing 202 of the 401 total strikes thrown. Let's hear from Merab.
Yeah, but come on, welcome anybody who wants to fight me. Come on, welcome, please. I'm happy. I'm happy.
Here are some of the reactions from the mixed martial arts community. Aljamain Sterling said, "Georgian power." Bilal Muhammad wrote, "Best cardio I ever seen." And Brian Ortega chimed in saying, "Takedown after takedown and still fresh." Islam Makhachev celebrates lightweight champion Usman Nurmagomedov's win over Benson Henderson at Bellator 292. Islam Makhachev has been a longtime training partner and friend of Bellator lightweight champion Usman Nurmagomedov. This past Saturday, Makhachev appeared in the cage celebrating after being in Nurmagomedov's corner alongside longtime trainer Javier Mendez in the younger Nurmagomedov's incredible submission win over the former UFC and WEC lightweight champion Benson Henderson. Right before stepping into the octagon, you can see Usman's corner men, including Makhachev, in the stands celebrating before joining him. Take a look.
That was it! Yes! Yes! My brother! My brother! Yes!
So cool, so cool. Alhamdulillah, I was very nervous.
Yeah, good performance, but I don't think it's gonna be easy because this guy have crazy experience in this sport, but this guy, new generation, he's so hungry and he want to be this Grand Prix champion, and this belt he's not gonna give nobody.
While these two friends and Dagestani warriors are lightweight champions in their respective MMA organizations and have been seen sparring with each other in training sessions, there is no doubt that mixed martial arts fans would like to see them face each other in the UFC. What do you all think? Will we ever see these two match up? Let us know in the comments. Before we continue, don't forget to visit our website and subscribe to our free newsletter so you can stay up to date with everything that goes on in the world of the UFC in minutes. Click the information link above. And while you are at it, check out our podcast and social media accounts. Thank you for your support. Now let's get back to the news. Is Francis Ngannou signing with Bellator? As the former UFC heavyweight champion, Francis Ngannou has let it known that he is looking to sign with a promotion that will let him both pursue his boxing career as well as continue with MMA. Rumors have started to circulate that Bellator may be an option for him. Bellator President Scott Cocker this past week said, "My guys have been talking to Francis. I know they met. I know Steven met with him on the boxing side." Let's listen to the Bellator president himself.
Free agent who's out there, I mean, do you have any updates on any of that stuff? Particularly like Francis, I mean, if you had a conversation with Francis, is there a point where he'd be too expensive? Like, would he say a number and you'd go, well, we're not going to do that, so we're just going to move on?
Listen, my guys have been talking to Francis. I know they met. I know Steven met with him on the boxing side. I've always said that I think would be a perfect fit for him because he could do boxing, he could do MMA. But I don't think that there's anything close to a deal being presented back and forth. So I mean, let's see what happens. Anything can happen, but I'm not sure that we're going to be in that business on the MMA side. Maybe for the boxing side, it might work out. But to me, it's like it has to be equitable for everybody, and that's how I feel. And
Ngannou and the UFC cut ties over a month ago after failing to come to terms on a new contract, and the Predator has been actively pursuing a new partner. Ngannou has stated that he expects his next appearance to be in a ring. There have been talks of potential fights with either Tyson Fury or Deontay Wilder. Let's all see how things unfold for the Predator. UFC superstar Conor McGregor ranks amongst the highest paid athletes of all time. Conor McGregor is undoubtedly the biggest star to ever compete in the sport of MMA. Some may even go as far as saying that he is even bigger than the UFC itself. But what we can all agree is that the Notorious is now the only mixed martial artist to rank among the highest paid athletes of all time. The Irishman stands alongside Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods, Floyd Mayweather, and Mike Tyson, taking the 33rd spot as reported by Sportico with over $615 million in inflation-adjusted earnings. McGregor's career earnings reflect the combined money he has made from fight purses, his boxing gig with Mayweather, and the sale of his stake in his Proper 12 Whiskey Company. We can only foresee Conor's earnings continuing to rise as the Notorious keeps on reinventing himself and finding ways to leverage his popularity. That's all for today's video. If you want to know the latest UFC news, subscribe to the channel, hit the notifications bell, and click the like button so you don't miss any details about the upcoming fights. Thanks for watching. See you soon.